Good morning and welcome to today's special program honoring Waco ISD's 2015 retirees. And when I say special, I want to talk about who made it special first, because we were going to have a program for retirees. I want you to know that the retirees' guardian angel is the HR department. Ms. Boteo and Ms. Oliveras insisted that it be over the top for the retirees. And I want to thank them for all the work that they did to make certain that we're in this beautiful facility. And I want you to know Mrs. Oliveras fussed over every detail. So thank you for caring that much and for making our retirees feel special. This is a bittersweet occasion because on one hand, we're saying congratulations and best wishes, but at the same time, we're saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye to coworkers and friends who have devoted numerous years of service to our children and to our school district. Please continue eating. Please continue eating. A lot of you are looking at me. Eat. We're here to eat, okay? I can talk. I've taught before. I've taught at a middle school and a junior high, so it's okay, okay? Although not all retirees are present, it is important to note that the Waco ISD retiree class of 2015 has a combined years of service of 842. We're saying goodbye to 842 years of service to our kids. Today, as our retirees reflect on their years of service in our classrooms, in offices, in auditoriums, cafeterias, gymnasiums, athletic arenas, halls. Of course, and some of you had to do bathroom duty too, but I wasn't going to mention that because of breakfast. But we all had to do that potty duty at one time in our education line. We want you to know that we hope your memories are filled with friendships and laughter and all of the accomplishments. It is tough to be in the education business today and to be a teacher and to continue and to work with kids and to love them and to make certain their lives are better. Thank you. Your commitment will always be appreciated and remembered, not just by us, but by those kids that when they're at their 40th high school reunion or when they're with their grandkids and they say, "Tell me about your favorite teacher," some of your names will be in that story. "Oh, I had a teacher who," or "Let me tell you about the time that I didn't have a raincoat and my first grade teacher went out and found a yellow raincoat for me, and then I had a raincoat like everybody else." Those things that you don't even remember are the things that will be remembered by them. But now you embark on a new stage in your lives that will be fun-filled, relaxing, and full of many new and exciting adventures. It's now my pleasure to introduce the members of the Board of Trustees who have joined us to help present these beautiful retirement awards. President Pat Atkins. Bless you. Vice President Alan Sykes. Board Secretary Mr. Norman Manning. Board Member Miss Angela Tikell. Board Member Mr. Kerry Dupuy. Retirees, we would now like to honor you. Please approach the stage as your name is called. Please enter the stage right, and then we will bring you across the stage and assist you getting off the stage. I have to have all the assistants, okay? Our first honoree, Mary Ann Anderson, Bells Hill Elementary art teacher. Miss Anderson is retiring from Waco ISD after 10 years of service in education, all in Waco ISD. Her fondest memories include trips to art museums with teacher art groups and trips with art students. She especially enjoyed taking the middle school art club to visit the statues of wild Mustangs running through the waters at Las Colanas, which is the largest equestrian sculpture in the world. Miss Anderson will be concentrating on her own artwork for future gallery showings. Her spouse is Charles Anderson, and she has 4 children and 3 grandchildren. Darlene Bolfing, Hillcrest PDS, fifth grade teacher. Ms. Bolfing is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 20 years of service in education, all in WISD. Her fondest memories include serving as the reading coach on her campus for 6 years and making many good and lifelong friends during her tenure with Waco ISD. Ms. Bolfing plans to spend more time at her home in Colorado, which I will be visiting. I feel like I need to, don't you think the superintendent should visit recent retirees? She will be enjoying activities with her grandchildren and spending more time with extended family and the superintendent in Colorado. Her spouse is Sid Bolfing, and she has 2 children and 3 grandchildren, with another on the way in December. So congratulations again. Pamela Bridges, University High choir teacher. Ms. Bridges is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 33 years of service in education, the last 3 of those spent in Waco ISD. Her fondest memories including taking the choral program to a varsity-level choir competition. She enjoyed watching the students develop and take ownership of their new program and seeing the pride and excitement on their face when they received superior rankings and gold and silver medals at state. Ms. Bridges plans to spend more time with family, travel, and work for the Lord. Her spouse is Gary Bridges. She has 2 children, 4 stepchildren, 12 grandchildren, and 2 we need to know your secret. You do not look like someone who would have 2 great-grandchildren. So obviously she's going to get a lot of rest. Okay. Diana Gale Crompton, University High culinary arts teacher. Ms. Crompton is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 45 years in education, 23 of those with Waco ISD. In addition to University High School, she served at A.J. Moore, University Middle School, and South Waco Elementary. Her fondest memories include teaching life skills students at A.J. Moore, as well as the community service projects she participated in with her culinary arts students. Ms. Crompton plans to spend time with her 4-year-old grandson in Aspen, Colorado. See, that's just right next door. Ms. Crompton has 2 daughters and 2 grandchildren. Thank you. Merle Fecht, Cedar Ridge Elementary music teacher. Mr. Fecht is retiring from WISD after a total of 30 years of service in education, with the last 17 years serving at Cedar Ridge Elementary. His fondest memories include seeing students grow and become adults. Mr. Fecht plans to play music for his church, read, and enjoy life. Thank you so much. Marianne Greer, Hillcrest PDS, 2nd grade teacher. Ms. Greer is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 32 years of service in education, 27 of those with Waco ISD. In addition to Hillcrest PDS, she has served at Crestview Elementary, Provident Heights Elementary, and West Avenue Elementary. Her fondest memories include seeing her students' lives change when they begin to learn, especially when she could see their behaviors and attitudes change as they learned how to read. Ms. Greer plans to spend more time with her husband, children, and grandchildren, and will be volunteering at her church. Her spouse is Frank Greer, and she has 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Linda Hughley, Cesar Chavez Middle School science teacher. Ms. Hughley is retiring from WISD after a total of 26 years of service in education, with the last 6 years in Waco ISD. Prior to Cesar Chavez Middle School, she served at Brazos Middle School. Her fondest memories include sharing her love for science and math with the young students. She was a Texas Master Science teacher for grades 4 through 8 and enjoyed mentoring young teachers. Ms. Hughley plans to visit friends and make some new ones. She also wants to spend time with her grandchildren, with their spouse, Richard Hughley. She has 3 daughters, all teachers, and 7 grandchildren. Alton Jefferson, North Waco Annex, custodian. Okay. I'll read it slow. Mr. Jefferson is retiring from Waco ISD after 31 years of service, all with Waco ISD. Prior to working at the North Waco Annex, he served at University High School. His fondest memories include when a student nominated him for a mentorship award. He will also cherish the memories he made with all of the friends he made over the years at Waco ISD. Mr. Jefferson plans to rest and spend time with his family. He is also looking forward to getting more involved in church and in his community by joining the neighborhood board. Deborah Gail Johnson, Administration, Section 504 Coordinator. Ms. Johnson is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 37 years in education, all of those with Waco ISD. Prior to working as the 504 coordinator, she served at University High School, A.J. Moore Academy, and Cedar Ridge Elementary. Her fondest memories include seeing students graduate that she had supervised in elementary and high school and being selected as Principal of the Year when she served at Cedar Ridge Elementary. Ms. Johnson plans to travel, enjoy her family, and help others to understand the Bible and learn about the times Jesus foretold about as a means of hope for their future and for their enjoyment now. Her spouse is Robert L. Johnson. She has 2 children and 1 grandchild. Kaylin Murphy, Waco High School, College and Career Advisor. Ms. Murphy is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 29 years of service in education, with 24 of those in Waco ISD. In addition to Waco High, she served at Crestview Elementary and Tennyson Middle School. Her fondest memories including working with some of the best administrators, staff, and students at every level in Waco ISD. She couldn't imagine having a better group of students and co-workers. Ms. Murphy plans to do a lot of traveling, play golf, and spend time with family and friends. Ms. Murphy is joined by Carla Walker, her lifelong friend, and her father, Cecil Murphy. Thank you. Barbara Myers, Cesar Chavez Middle School librarian. Ms. Myers is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 28 years of service in education. 24 of those served in Waco ISD. In addition to Cesar Chavez Middle School, she has also worked at University High School, Parkdale Elementary, and South Waco Elementary. Her fondest memories include sponsoring the chess club, National Honor Society, and the Amigos Club. She also enjoyed a trip to Mexico for language school with the Spanish for Educators program. Ms. Myers plans to travel, learn a new language, fish, kayak, garden, and write a book. Ms. Myers has 4 children and 8 grandchildren. Hazel Robinson, Tennyson Middle School librarian. Ms. Robinson is retiring from Waco ISD after 32 years of service, 25 of those with Waco ISD. Prior to working at Tennyson Middle School, she served at G.L. Wiley Middle School. Her fondest memories included being awarded with a WISD Education Foundation grant in the 2007-2008 school year and serving as an advisor to the National Junior Honor Society for 16 years at G.L. Wiley Middle School. Ms. Robinson plans to live and enjoy life to the fullest extent, including seeking ways to serve others, traveling, volunteering, singing. You want to sing? You want to just break out in song, it's okay. Theatrical performing, writing, reading, some researching, genealogy researching, and with God's guidance, anything else that is possible. Ms. Robinson has been blessed with a large family, including her parents, grandparents, 7 siblings and their spouses, and many wonderful aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins. We're going to miss you, and what a great retirement. Thank you. Ramon Romo, Crestview Elementary head custodian. Mr. Romo is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 28 years of service, all with Waco ISD. Prior to Crestview Elementary, he served at University Middle School. His fondest memories included Crestview twice winning the Beautiful Campus Award, all of the wonderful staff at Crestview Elementary, and getting to be Santa several years during the Christmas holidays. Mr. Romo plans to spend time with all of his grandchildren. His spouse is Leanne Romo. Mr. Romo has 4 children, 2 grandchildren, with 1 more on the way. Congratulations. Judy Taft, Cedar Ridge PEAM Specialist. Ms. Taft is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 30 years of service, 29 years of those in Waco ISD. Prior to working at Cedar Ridge Elementary, she worked in the maintenance department. Her fondest memories include making lifelong friends through the years. She is very proud to say that she is a product of Waco ISD. Ms. Taft plans to spend time with family and friends. She will also be traveling and enjoying all that life has to offer. She is married to Barry Taft Sr. She has 2 children and 4 grandchildren. Congratulations. And I believe Sue's got something for you there.
Okay, thank you.
Martha Lopez Thomas, Provident Heights Elementary teacher. Ms. Thomas is retiring from Waco ISD after a total of 34 years of service in education, all with Waco ISD. In addition to Provident Heights, she served at Dripping Spring Elementary and Bells Hill Elementary. Ms. Thomas's fondest memories include when Provident Heights earned an exemplary status. She has also enjoyed seeing her former students who are now doctors, teachers, and managers, and when they return to school to visit. Ms. Thomas plans to take care of her grandchildren and her 96-year-old parents. Wow, you're very fortunate. She also wants to dedicate more time to her husband and become more involved in church. Her spouse is Larry Thomas. They have 3 children and a grandchild on the way. Congratulations. Michael Tinsley, Cedar Ridge Elementary physical education teacher. Mr. Tinsley is retiring from Waco ISD after 35 years of service in education, all of those with Waco ISD. Prior to working at Cedar Ridge, Mr. Tinsley also worked at Viking Hills Elementary and Mountain View Elementary. His fondest memories include watching students become physically fit and gaining confidence in themselves and in their abilities. Mr. Tinsley plans on keeping busy, traveling, and playing with his grandchildren. Mr. Tinsley has 6 children and 6 grandchildren. Thank you, sir. Emery Thomas York, Waco High Spanish teacher. Mr. York is retiring from Waco ISD after 15 years of service in education, 13 of those with Waco ISD. He also has 7 years of service teaching at the college level. His fondest memories include watching students walk the stage after some difficult years and great changes, as well as seeing some of his students return into the educational world that many had said they would never do. Mr. York plans on spending more time with his family and pets, completing his dissertation, and relaxing. His spouse is Amanda York, a Spanish teacher at Tennyson. Mr. York has 3 children and 6 grandchildren. Thank you, sir. And now we will have some closing remarks by our esteemed board president, Mr. Pat Atkins.
Thank you, Dr. Cain. What a great morning. Wow. I'd like to begin by once again thanking Elaine Boteo and the entire Human Resources staff for really putting on an amazingly special event this morning. I also want to thank all of you for joining us this morning as we pause to honor these individuals who've given their time, talents, and energy to public education. Last year, my friend Carrie Dupuy said there are few, if any, jobs in our community that are more challenging or more important than our public school teachers. I then immediately plagiarized that line and used it in a couple of speeches, but this morning I'm going to give him credit for actually having said that. Those of you who are retiring have spent your professional lives in a noble undertaking. And so when I looked at this list, I began to think of how many of you have impacted not only me and my family, but students all over this district. Ms. Robinson, you were a librarian when my children were at Tennyson. Kay Murphy, you've impacted the lives of several of my children. Mr. York, you taught Spanish to my youngest. Think about Deborah Johnson and her many years of contribution and all her work at A.J. Moore. Pamela Bridges rebuilding a choir program at university. It's amazing. And so not only on behalf of the district or on behalf of the board, but on behalf of this community, and as a Waco ISD parent, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who've given your lives to public education. Obviously, we're not going to forget the many contributions you've made to Waco ISD, but more importantly, those hundreds, and for some of you, thousands of students whose lives you have touched will always remember you and will always carry with them the lessons that you've taught. So as this breakfast comes to a close, I want to wish all of you a happy retirement and ask you all to come back and visit us and say hi. In fact, he's not here this morning, but I got an idea for you. You can all do what Bill Shepard did. You can announce you're retiring. We can throw you a big party. You can have an article about you in the newspaper. And then you can say, King's X, just kidding, I'm going to teach next year, or work next year at Cesar Chavez. So if any of you want to do that, come talk to me, we'll bring you all back. Colorado and family and church, that can all wait another year. You can all come back and work with us. The rest of you, have a wonderful summer, and we look forward to seeing you again next fall. And again, thank you.